everyone, it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I am up today with another Christmas in July video for you. This is actually just one story in my December daily, and it's not even the full story. This is for story number 26, which is Boxing Day, and it is the story that happened on Boxing Day, so I kept the date and the story the same, if that makes sense. The 26th of December is Boxing Day, and this story is about Boxing Day. Now, I'm doing something that I haven't done yet in my album, or certainly haven't showed you yet. These photos are actually said both of Boxing Day, and they form, how many pages have I got for Boxing Day? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 pages that is Boxing Day. Only these two layouts are full 6x8. The rest are pocket page. But we actually ended up doing a little mini, I don't want to say photo shoot, but it's sort of like a photo shoot with our family on Boxing Day. We're not together very often, and we wanted to get some photos of my parents, which is the photo on the left. The photo on the left-hand spread that you can see here is a photo of my parents and their 3 grandchildren, so Lincoln and then Jack and Thomas from Jess. And then the photo on the right-hand side is Danny, Lincoln and I. And then the other photos that I've got that make up this spread is basically a photo of Jess, Matt and the 2 boys, just mum and dad on their own. And then I've got one with my grandmother, the boys' great-grandmother. And then I've got a couple of photos of the drive home. So this was in Bendigo. My extended family live in Bendigo, which is just over 2-hour drive away from where we live in Melbourne. And so we drove down, and then we left sort of just after lunch and drove back home. And both of the boys, my boys, fell asleep, and I snapped a few photos safely while we were driving home. So they are the stories to tell for this particular, or the photos that tell this particular story. So unlike my other spreads, I've sort of made these ones a little bit similar in the sense of I've used the same background paper. As you can see, I've got the wood veneer 6x8 paper, or A5 actually, it's not 6x8, it's A5. For this one, I didn't add the extra little strip of pattern paper to make it into a full 6x8 size. And the reason I didn't was because, I don't know, I just thought I'd try it. But in flipping through the album, they do kind of fall out a little bit. So I may go back and add a little strip of additional pattern paper to one side. So that's just a side note. And so what I'm essentially doing is creating mirror images almost of each other. Now, I'm not using exactly the same embellishments, but I'm going with the same sort of feel. I do end up moving the photo of Danny, Lincoln and I to be a bit more central, and that's got a little bit to do with the titles that I put on the page. So I'm working on the photo of mum and dad, my mum and dad, and the 3 grandchildren first. So I'm adding that in now. I added a little tab at the top that says joyful, plus the florals I've got there, and then down the bottom I'm adding some more florals. I'll come in with some wood veneer, and then I've got that title which says Merry Christmas. Now I am trying to use up those wood veneer, wood grain, chipboard thicker set, and so I do add one to each of these layouts. So the spread on the left hand side will be sort of the first one you see for the day of the 26th story. So I was happy for it to have a much more prominent, I guess, title, so to speak. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. I love the wood grain. I was trying to tie in with the background of the photos. You probably can't tell because they're quite small layouts and quite small photos. But we're standing in front of this old door. It's a wooden door within a brick shed that my grandfather built. And it's that real kind of rustic farmhouse type look, even though my grandparents do not live on a farm in Bendigo. They live in town. They're not on a farmhouse, but they are on a large block, and my grandfather had a big shed where he did a lot of hands-on work. So it was a nice rustic setting, and I thought the wood veneer background tied in quite well. Now, the layout on the right-hand side, which is the photo of Danny, Lincoln and I, is again, I'm following a similar sort of approach in that I'm doing, or a mirror image, so I'm doing a diagonal design. So I added a little tab that says sweet and a couple of ornaments in the top left. And then down the bottom, I've gone with a bit of a, I guess more of a house scene. I've got some Christmas trees and then a house to add, and a little word strip I'll add as well. And that's what I'm creating the bottom right. And I do pull in the chipboard wood veneer thicker word as well, again just to make it very similar to the other layout, and I also am trying to use up those that wood veneer, that thicker set. I do add wood veneer as well. All the wood goes on this layout. So I added that little word strip that says joy to the world, and then I come in with the joy word from that thicker set. So I'm adding that. I think I do need to come back and add a bit of glue to stick that down. And then I'm thinking about what other bits and pieces I might like to add. So I want to add in some wood veneer. I've got 2 lots of wood veneer here. The little container I'm digging through now just had random Christmas wood veneer in it, and the little wooden box of wood veneer, that sounds weird, but that's how Kaisercraft wood veneer comes packaged, and it was a Kaisercraft Christmas wood veneer set from, I think it was actually from last year. So I'm just adding wood veneer. So I'm thinking about adding a star to the top of this Christmas tree, I do end up adding a star, but I find one of the more, I guess, is it like the Star of David star? Is that right? That's not right, is it? I'm not religious. So I apologize if I offended anyone, but it's the Christmas star, the bright star. Anyway, ignore me. I add a star. I add a star to the Christmas tree. I add an ornament to the top left, and then in my floral embellishments on the left-hand layout, I add some holly, I think, to the top right. Yes, some holly. And then to the bottom left, I add a floral and poinsettia. Is that how you pronounce it? Oh, I am on fire today, folks. But I do end up adding a floral. And once I've stuck those down, I'm going to come in with my Nuvo drops. I am. And so I will add my Nuvo drops, and then we'll be done. So I didn't even add, again, no splatters. I've not added any splatters, and I could totally have added them to this layout. I think it would have looked cute. Gold splatters in particular. I think it would have looked good with the tones in the wood. But anyway, I did not. So I'm sticking down my wood veneer with wet glue, obviously. And then I'll finish off with my Nuvo drops and we'll be done. So this is the last Christmas in July video that you'll see from me. I think there's one more from Jess. Yes, there should be one more. I think she's actually got one on the last day of July. I'm hoping that you might see a flip through from me late July, early August, but I am making no promises. I just hope that I have finished my December daily. We'll see. We will just wait and see. But as I said, coming in with my Nuvo drops, same colour that I've used on all of my Christmas layouts this month. And yeah, we're done. So again, I think I asked you this in my last video, but has anyone else scrapped any Christmas in July? I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you liked watching this little slice of Christmas, getting you in the festive spirit. I mean, we've got 6 months or 5 months to wait before Christmas is back again. But anyway, I hope you are well. Here's the close-ups, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.